And these three things remains: hope, faith, and love. These are permanent. As much as human life is permanent, meaning the life of human beings, not the life of each person. As much as human beings continues to live, or as long as human beings continues to live, hope remains a permanent ingredient that each one of us need in our lives. And today I want to focus on it. Maybe right now you are failing to accept, because you see, we can't bring change unless we accept things. That's very important. You can't inject change in anything unless you accept it. That's why hope functions by accepting things, not as reality, not as a reality, or not as a permanent reality, but accepting that they are as they are, and then accepting that there's another high level of changing where we are. Hello and welcome to Expansion Revolution Nuggets. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited today to be starting a new series that is titled Hope Dynamics. Is there anybody like there who is a prisoner of hope like me? I mean, if you ask me, how do I live my life? I can without hope. And in today's discussion, my aim is to try to empower you to see one of the ingredients of life called hope. A life without hope is lingering in a place, vulnerable for a very serious destruction. But when we catch up on the spirit of hope, we gain the tenacity to pull through life problems, challenges, and issues, and come on the other side victorious of what we went through. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to focus on hope dynamics. The reason why I call it hope dynamics is because I want to show you the ups and downs in understanding hope and how you can use hope to travel to the land of your aspirations, and why hope is important in our journey of life, both in professional setups and both in our life as people of faith. I mean, you can't live without hope. One of the greatest scriptures that I like in the Bible is the one that says, and these three things remains: hope, faith, and love. These are permanent. As much as human life is permanent, meaning the life of human beings, not the life of each person. As much as human beings continues to live, or as long as human beings continues to live, hope remains a permanent ingredient that each one of us need in our lives. And today I want to focus on it. And let's start first of all by understanding what is hope. My approach to this is going to be slightly different. I want to argue that hope is a mindset of developing positivity in the midst of negativity. That's important to understand. So hope is a mindset. Now, when we say it's a mindset, it means that hope is learned, hope is cultivated, hope is developed over time, and hope is a product of a pattern of thinking. So that how you think in relation to being discouraged, because the difference between hope and discouragement is that discouragement is negative hope, and hope is positive encouragement, if you want to look at it that way. So the difference between two people, one who is encouraged is that is hopeful, the one who is discouraged that he is hopeless. So if you had to put two people in the same scenario, they are all coming from the same family, or being taught by the same lecture, or being found in the same country. The environment and the context are the same, but the only difference is that the way of thinking is different. A hopeful person is able to get courage out of the prevailing circumstance, whereas a discouraged person is not having the way he's thinking about what he's going through is discouraging, because he doesn't see the possibility of emerging or coming out of what he's going through. Today I want to ask you a question: are you a hopeful person, or do you get easily discouraged? I can tell you there are a lot of discouraging things in this world. Sometimes you wake up, you feel so good, you are so excited. The first stop, the first person you meet, there comes discouragement. Sometimes it comes from the road. Sometimes it comes from the news. Sometimes you arrive at your workplace and suddenly you meet a discouraging word or a discouraging circumstance, or maybe you get a call about your child or about your sibling. Something is always ready to discourage us. But when we develop the muscle of hope, we are increasing our mental tenacity to respond to situations that are not likable. And therefore, hope becomes the tool and the ingredient that we use to move out of it. So today I want to challenge you. Do you have a mind that is easily discouraged or a mind that is easily encouraged? If you easily get discouraged, you are likely to be having your hope level at a lower level, and we need to give you some doses to increase your hope level. What is hope in this? It's a mindset. It's like, think about hope as perspective that you put, and you are able to look at things from a different perspective other than the way you have been looking at it. So I want to build on building up a hope magnet by helping you develop certain basics that can help you become a hopeful person. Now, here's the first one that I want us to start with, and most people sometimes confuse it, is that hope requires you to accept where you are. That's hope. Hope requires you to accept where you are. But here's the difference. Accepting where you are does not mean that you are now accepting where you are as a reality or as a permanent place. But you are able to acknowledge that there are things in your environment that are not functioning the way they should. And in the process of that, hope allows you, as much as you accept where you are, to recognize the possibility of getting out of where you are. Look at your life today and look at areas that maybe right now you are failing to accept, because you see, we can't bring change unless we accept things. That's very important. You can't inject change in anything unless you accept it. That's why hope functions by accepting things, not as reality, not as a reality or not as a permanent reality, but accepting that they are as they are, and then accepting that there's another high level of changing where we are. So we can move in hope by accepting things as they are, and then coming up with strategies that now that things are as they are, how can I change them? And that's my aim. As I'm about to close this first session, my aim is to help you. Whatever you are facing today, whatever you are dealing with today, accepting it does not mean that you don't recognize you can change it. You can accept it and then develop strategies of how can I change it. Yes, I am broke. How do I get out of this situation? Yes, my family is in crisis. How do I get out of this crisis? Yes, we have this prevailing conflict. How do I get out of it? Yes, I'm unemployed right now. How can I make money? Yes, right now the situation that I'm facing, my health is declining. How can I make sure that I'm dealing with this health situation better? That's how you develop hope. How do you develop hope? By recognizing that there are other strategies you can employ that can help you to come out of the situation that you are. That's my encouragement for you today. Face today knowing that whatever you are facing is not permanent. And just because you accept it does not mean that you are not doing anything about it. Accepting things means we are able to recognize them as they are, not that we accept them as truth. We accept them as facts, and facts can always be changed by truth to align to the truth that does not change. And the truth that does not change is that God has a plan for your life, and He wants to take you into a place you have never been. If you can trust Him, He can lead you there. But all that you need is allow Him to lead you through. Whatever you are facing is not permanent. You can get out of it. Be hopeful. Be hopeful. What does that mean? Accept where you are and accept the fact that you can change where you are to drive where you need to be. As I start this series, I want to encourage you. I want to send you my ebook on the anatomy of hope. We are giving it for free throughout this session as we are talking about hope dynamics. So all that we can do is email us at oj@ojmathiba.com, oj@ojmathiba.com, and we'll send you a free copy on the anatomy of hope. It comes to you free. Please email us and we'll send that for free. Thank you for joining us today. Subscribe, like, and share. Bye-bye.